Hello farmers, and welcome back to the Mythical Woods. Making some silage bales. And yeah, I'm cheating. I'm using super strength to move these bales over. If I had a third tractor down here, I probably well, I mean, some people would say using the autoloader's cheating as well. So it doesn't matter, super strength or the trailer, I'm moving the bales on over. So I do want to set the record straight because I am seeing some comments coming on. Some people are catching up in the series ever since I mentioned about using this baler. And I knew from the beginning that this baler financially is not the best way to go about things. I knew that coming into the series, and I knew that all the way through. But I just want to try something different. Doesn't hurt to try something different and just to use it because, you know, we always use a baler and a wrapper, So just trying to mix it up a little bit. And maybe some people have never seen this in use before and wanted to see how it is. So, yeah, I knew from the beginning that it's not, you know, even when I was picking up the grass, I'm trying to think in real life why farmers would want something like that. So at first I thought, well, maybe if the field's too wet and you can't get into the field, you know, you would have to route the bales to the side. But then I got thinking, well, you still got to go in the field with a forage wagon. And you're going to have a lot more weight in the forage wagon with that much grass than if you were to go into a wet field with a baler and try to wrap the grass there. That'd be a lot lighter. So the only scenario I can think about really using this in real life is maybe you don't have a bale loader to go around pick up all the bales. And you can just stack the bales from a stationary baler, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, then some people said this machine is overpriced. Well, for what it does and what it is overpriced? No. Is it your best financial situation scenario to make silage bales? No. I think it, you know, for what it costs and what it actually does, it probably does cost that much to make something like that and to make a little bit of a profit on it. But overall, yeah. So just to clear things, I knew financially this was more expensive, of course, and definitely not worth it. But you know what? I wanted to try it. I haven't used it since FS22. And this is why we only leased it this time. I'm like, am I going to have fun using it for like about the first 5 minutes? And now the way it is, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. We have made, though, what are we up to? Currently we're up to 46 bales that we have made with this. And those would be nice silage bales in about 3 months. So yeah, the forage wagon and the Gubile stationary baler will be returned. Oh, one thing I kind of forgot, and I think they left it the same. I could have actually gone with a bigger forage wagon because, as we know, this was like a 36,000 liter capacity. This only holds 20. It automatically keeps taking the grass out of the forage wagon, even though you're not emptying it into the container. So if I got an unrealistic one that held 200,000 liters, it would take the first 20. If I were to come over here and just manage the bales, it will keep taking the grass out of the forage wagon when it calls for it. So that is pretty cool. Can I use... Is that going to spit out the bale? Oh, I can unload that bale. I was wondering if it was going to work on this or not, like it does on the other balers. So we'll get every little bit of grass out of there. Let me just make sure that the grass is completely out of the forage wagon, which it should be. It is. So let's go into here and forage wagon. We will return that. Yes, we're done with that. And in a second, we'll be done with this. Yeah, we're just using this Gubile stationary baler just for the fun of it. Just to give it a go. Alright, so we can turn that off. And you know what? We can just return that as well. 0.7 hours. So it didn't go over the hour, which is nice. We'll return that. And that frees up my JCB, the mowers, and everything else. With the mowers in the grass field down here, the mowers need to stay here. The slurry tank probably should stay down here. So we are going to need a shed down here at some point. Will I get to be able to build a shed today? Probably. We got the money. We don't have a loan anymore, so if I were to skip through the night, we don't have loan payments to make. These bales I'm going to put into the triggers so when they do get fermented, is this 5 less bales I'm going to have to move. Let's see. Unload side left. Let's make unload side to the right. And unload. Thank you very much. And I don't think I need this anymore either, so we're going to go ahead and return that. Alright, so no more items leased. The JCB, let's bring the JCB... Nope, I need to go down to the store. Well, not the store, but the train station. That is where I have left my grain trailer. We're going to need that here very soon. We did buy 2 fields at the end of the last episode. I got the lime spread in the fields, but we got to go ahead and put some fertilizer down. I thought about not putting fertilizer in the fields. It's like, you know what? You already got the narrow tires on the tractor back at the farm, the Fiat. So why not go ahead and spread the fertilizer on the fields? You got the spreader, you got the narrow tires. Let's go ahead and do it. I just got to empty out the lime and then put just a little bit of fertilizer in there. All right, let me just stop back by the BGA. I think I left the Valmet tractor running, and I'm wasting fuel by doing that. Oh yeah, with the forage wagon as well, if you remember, I used the, what is it called again? The variable working with pickup. What is that mod called? It is called the variable pickup width. That worked rather nicely. So if you get like a really messy field and you don't want to use a windrower, I tried the widest working width to see how extreme it was. It's not that extreme. It's maybe, I don't want to say, maybe almost close to 3 times the working width of the pickup. So if you got like little patches all over the field and you don't want to have to use a windrower to go around and pick up all the little pieces, that kind of a mod can work out rather nice. Alright, let's zip on through here, get back to the farm with the JCB. Not going to take us too long to zip back and forth nowadays. Oh yeah, probably should swing in, because now we do got a workshop back at the farm. I should swing in and repair the JCB. Just remember, we did buy this used with 16 hours on the tractor. So it will need some repair. And it being half worn, I don't know how much horsepower it technically loses. That's all we know is as the tractor wears down, it loses some power. I don't know if anyone's ever did a test or could do a test to figure out how much horsepower you're losing. Is it like 10%, 20% after you get to a certain point? I have no idea. All right, we can actually just turn that off, and working bench is right here. JCB, repair for, 3,031. All right, we are all set there. That's looking good. So here's the Fiat. Let's go ahead and empty out. Hopefully there's not too much lime in here. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's going to be a couple of pallets. All right, and then we are going to drop off the soil sampler. I guess we'll just put that right there, as good as any. And that's for lime. Fertilizer hut is going to be down here. Uh, 130. I don't know how much is too much. It's a small. There's small fields, so I think 700 liters should do the trick. If not, well, we're not that far down the road, so we'll come back and get some more. I just hate having pallets all around my farm. It bothered me on Western Australia. Still does, because I still got loose pallets hanging around that farm. Need to get myself a... well, here on this series, the only time I need it is for doing this, because usually what we'll be doing is when we own a field, we drill it. We got fertilizer in the drill. So that's when the field would get fertilized. But when you buy a field, well, you have to take care of the situation yourself. If I bring up the mini map, now we can see that I'm covering the area completely. So when we go to harvest it, we'll get a good environmental score, and that's what we want. But it is nice to have a few more fields to take care of. As I mentioned with the grass field that we were working in, I'm not going to force to where I got to do, like, I got to cut it every 3 months. On this series here, we're going to be a little bit more loose on that. But for now, we are doing it because, well, money. Money is always nice. Looks like I can cover the entire field in one pass here as well. Yeah, this farm now is doing really good because we got the loan paid off. And we got a lot of good equipment already, so... I mean, buying more land would be nice, and maybe... Like I said, I would like to try to get to the quarry. I don't know if we'll be able to do that. The way the pricing is, we'll just have to see. Alright, so I do believe we're all set now in the month of June. I will double check on the sawmills just to make sure that they're going to be running through the night. They should be. As long as they got 10,000 liters of wood in all of them, they're fine. They use about 5,000 to 6,000 liters per month. And those wheat fields should be ready, I would think, in July. And yeah, that's good. Run right into the only post that's there. My brain was having an argument of either pulling in the tractor or reverse the tractor, and both sides couldn't figure it out, and then before you know it, bang, I'm in the center post. Yeah, just checking on the sawmills here. So 30,000, yeah, those are good for a good amount of months. So yeah, if you missed it last episode, we sold all of the planks and the furniture. So that does mean when we come to the loans, we don't have any. But if I do want to take out some money, I could almost borrow $1 million. So that's pretty good. As for the sale page, anything in here that I'm looking for? I mean, that wouldn't be... Oh, that's not a direct drill. We need a direct drill for precision farming. All right, so we are all good. Let's go ahead and sleep through the night. Hopefully we wake up in the morning and it's not raining and those two fields are ready for harvest. They're not going to take us too long to harvest, of course. Oh, I do need to go down and fertilize that grass field again. But we'll have to we'll do that with slurry. The canola field is ready also. Perfect. Well, I guess we can start here at the canola field. Let me just double check to make sure that those two wheat fields are ready as well. They are. While we're in here, we are going to look at some... It's a different month, so we're going to look at some pricing of some fields. I mean, they are coming down now. They're in the low 70s. They're not in the upper 80s. How about the Corey? Man, that's still 105% over the base price. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this adjustable land prices mod. It seemed really good like the first few months in Western Australia. But here, it's just like everything is just... It's over. Everything is over. We will find... Let's see if we can find one that's in the blue. Any of them in the blue. There we go. So, I mean, you can get some deals where you save yourself 20% on a field. So, yeah, but we're not looking to get that far away from the farm. All right, let's jump into our 4-Schritt harvester. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that completely wrong. Oh, yeah, the one thing we do need, and I don't even know how much it is, and that is a stone picker. Because we do have stones turned on in this series. Is it very crucial to our farming right now? No, it doesn't affect our precision farming scoring either. The only thing it's doing is slightly damaging our equipment when we're in the field. So the things like our direct drill and, of course, our harvester, they're getting damaged from the stones, as equipment would as you run it through. So, of course, all of this we've brought down to the train station and put into that silo. We don't need one. The train station may as well go there, as I keep mentioning, because I think all of our grain will be sold directly to Elm Creek, which will mean it's got to go on the train either way. So I know this field does have stones in it. I know our grass field has stones in it. I know our... What did I plant over here now? Is it soybean? Yes, it looks like it's soybean. This field has stones in it. I don't know about these two, but we can check by going... Yep, they got stones in it as well. So we just got stones everywhere. I suppose I could just lease the stone picker once all of our fields are harvested and pick up the stones. So we could definitely do that. Probably better than buying it, because the only time I'm going to get stones back in the field is when I plow, and I do not plan on doing any root crop harvesting on this series. I don't think we'll be doing corn either. So probably leasing it's going to be the best thing. Because I could lease it like, I don't know, 10, 15 times before I would actually buy it completely, if that makes sense. And this harvester here, I think is going to be the perfect size for what we're doing. Although the soybean field that we just saw, that is a decent sized field for this harvester, but still not big enough to where I'm thinking of, I need to get a bigger header and a bigger combine. Now this is going to be just fine, because I can always set that one off on a worker over there while we take care of some other things. And really, with all the equipment that we got, I could have this harvesting, I could have our JCB over there running the grain cart, and we could be over here with the Fiat drilling the fields. Even the Valmet can do some good field work. So I think we'll try to save up for buying the quarry next. But man, that is quite a bit amount of money. I'd rather not take the loan on it, but we'll see how we go. And as we get closer to that date of November 12th, we all know that by now. If I need to take a loan like a week or 2 weeks before that comes out, we will go ahead and get the quarry and get some production buildings going and just try them out and have a look at them. Let me go ahead and extend the auger, because we're getting, well, I say we're getting kind of close. We're 80% full. I could probably actually get the other side almost completely harvested before we get full. Another pass. I didn't check on this map if I could do canola straw, and nope, we cannot. Actually feels kind of good. I know we do got the sawmills as production buildings here, but it feels good to be on a map where every month I don't have to take care of animals. If we wake up and we got no farm work to do, it's just like, all right, just skip. We don't have to feed the animals, do this, do that. And with the sawmills, I thought at first I was going to be doing a lot of, cutting down trees and keeping those sawmills fed. But they're not going through the wood that much. Can the JCB fit underneath this auger? Not really. But luckily we just clip on through it. JCB is a little bit too tall for that. So with crop rotation, we have barley, then canola. So let's have a look at barley, and then canola is going to be this way. So soybeans not too bad. That's 110. Corn I'm going to try to stay away from. Wheat would not be bad at 110. Anything going to 115, which is the max that you can get. So what it means by 110, it means the yield will be 110% yield in that field. So it looks like wheat. On this map, we can plant wheat in September. So we got a couple months. Just a couple months to get the stones out of here, and then we can come right back in and put some wheat in. I may have to put some lime down, but that wouldn't take too long with our spreader. Basically, almost one pass will do it. So we'll throw some wheat in this field for next season. This is actually a nice looking combine. I don't know what era it's from. I would say like late 80s, early 90s possibly. At least that's what it looks like to me. If anyone knows, leave a comment down below. With the maps I play on, you know me, I pretty much go for near the beginning. It's like I don't usually like buying a small combine for a couple years before I upgrade. I pretty much just try to save up for the big combine and go right for it right at the beginning, or as purchasing my first combine. So haven't really used a lot of small combines. I mean, other than Solyndra, where we use that John Deere combine. Alright, that is the canola harvest done. And since we're in the combine, we're going to go right on down to the other side of the village. And we're going to start harvesting that wheat. I wonder if it will all fit into the combine. I'm going to guess not. Wheat harvest yield is higher than canola. And I think those fields combined are bigger than this field here. And I hope I can get on down this road with the header on here, because I did not buy the header trailer. This fence, I think we will get on through. Just ignore the pedestrians. You can't really do much about them. And, ooh, do I want to... I'm thinking about straw. Well, I think we're going to go forego the straw. I mean, it's not enough. There's not going to be enough straw here to pay for me to lease anything. Even if I got a forage wagon and just sold the straw straight today, I don't think I'd get my money back on it. At best, almost break even, so my time is not worth it. So we'll just chop it on up. And once again, I know I may have said this early on in this series, I also may want to make some straw pellets. Now again, I'm going to say this right up front, I knew going in, I did not see where it's really even worth doing the straw pellets. You may make a little bit of extra money on it, but we may go ahead and do it just because. I think you make a little bit more from the straw by making straw pellets, but for what you got to use and spend to make straw pellets, it'll take you a while to get your money back on it. I think we're going to fill up the combine just on this field alone. Kind of interesting that we get the option for turning traffic on and off, but there isn't an option to turn off the pedestrians. I know it sounds kind of weird to say that, but from watching the pedestrians walk around the Mythical Woods, I probably almost would not even have bothered with them for what they do. Although FS22 should be rather interesting, because we should be able to interact with some NPCs in FS22. And we are just about full. And now we are. Alright, let me go ahead and turn the combine off. Let's tab over to the JCB, and we're going to head on down to the train station. And we're going to go put this in the silo, and on the way back, we're going to stop at the BGA. And we're going to grab the slurry tanker, and we're going to go ahead and spray slurry on the field. Now, with the slurry tanker, I was under the assumption that it's kind of like the fertilizer spreader, the artificial fertilizer spreader, where the artificial fertilizer spreader will put the right amount of fertilizer down for the crop that's in the field. But apparently the slurry sprayer does it according to soil type and not crop type. So that's why when I sprayed the slurry before, we got more fertilizer into the ground than what we needed. Man, this JCB is making the map feel a little bit smaller now than what it used to be with the Fiat and the Valmet. I mean, I'm almost going around the map at twice the speed as I was before. Alright, we will sell that canola in November. If I go to... It will show up on my stock market page in this... Yeah, it's in this silo here. So that's about $11,000 worth of canola, and December is the best time to sell that. The planks I could have sold today. I mean, it says the best month is July, but we can see the price. It's about $100, almost $100 off there, and about $100 off of the furniture. I think we will try to wait another year before I sell those. We'll just let it keep on stockpiling. Okay, so the grass did grow. Actually, you know what? The trailer should stay out here. And I think this is full. So it says up there, and I just guess I never really read it before, but applying slurry amount dependent on soil yield potential for silty clay. So yeah, it's not done by the crop type like artificial fertilizer is. It's done by the soil type. So I might be actually putting down too much fertilizer for the grass field. But in the end, it's grass. And in this series here, I'm not too concerned about it. Only early on I would have been very particular about it, trying to earn every penny that we could. But now that we don't have a loan, we got a decent amount of equipment on the farm, we got plenty of work that we can be doing. Yeah, we're not really desperate for the cash. I was actually surprised when I decided on Hills of Tuscany to go ahead and do some slurry spraying there. And I was like, yeah, I don't remember if I liked it or did not like it. And when I started doing it, for some reason, it's very calming to me for some reason. I don't know why. It's funny how we all have those jobs in Farming Simulator that we love or hate. And why one person likes one job over another compared to another person. We just have those jobs that we don't like to do. One job that I think it's because I'm not good at it, and that's using or stacking pallets and bales with a pallet fork or bale spikes. I've just never been good at it, and there's other people that just love doing that kind of work. Missing a little bit of the grass field there, but that's fine. And we should have enough digestate at the BGA to take care of this entire field. But I just want to go ahead and get this done because I don't want to forget about it. Because we did create, how much, if I stop, that should stop as well. Spraying. Pretty much it does. We did end up making 267,000 liters of grass off this field, which will be converted over to silage in a couple more months. And of course, it's all going to the BGA to make electricity and methane. And we'll get a little bit of the byproduct of digestate, which we are using currently for the grass field, but if we get a whole bunch of it, I could see myself maybe using it in other fields, because it would save on artificial fertilizer for the wheat field that we will be planting in a couple of months. So I could use it there. So I think for a shed down here, because, yeah, we got to start putting some of this stuff away. Back at the farmyard, we're kind of going with like the stone sheds. I think there are white sheds that we can go with, and I think that's what I'll use down here, because the BGA has a little bit of mostly white color on it. I don't know if it's white or it's just the way it looks. Could be chrome, I suppose. That silo is white in color, we'll just say. So while that's filling up, let's go ahead and see if I can put down a shed over here. Interesting stuff in the sale. This is the forage wagon we were just using. Right here. No, it's not. It is the same. It is a Boss Alpine, but it's not from the variable pickup mod pack. And then we got the TARDIS over here. I know some people said, use the TARDIS. It holds a lot. Yes, I know. But, ooh, is that a stone picker? It is a stone picker. But it's not the wide working with one. All right, Peanut. Try to stay focused. Get to your sheds. Yeah, sheds. Sheds. I thought there was white ones. Am I not? So there's red and stone. For some reason, I thought there were other ones. I wonder if it was under... Huh. Might be thinking of different Alien Gym mods. So anyways, alright, so no white ones. And we are doing stone up there, so I think we'll go with red down here. Sound good. Oh, I did not activate... I need to activate the interactive zone marker so I can see which way this needs to be spun. So I know where the front is. That looks good. This never gets old to me. Alright. And yes, I know where the light switch is, Alien Jim, if you are watching. I remember. I think it was on Green Mountain Forest in 19 where I put up one of his sheds and I for the life of me, I just could not find the light switch. And I think he did message me and said, you know, it's like right on the front. It's like, oh. I knew that. I knew right where it was. And I haven't forgot about it since. Alright, let me zip around here. We'll get the rest of this grass field taken care of, being sprayed with digestate. And then we can put this away, we can put the mowers away into the shed, kind of clean it up just a little bit around here. Even though we're the only people pretty much here in the Mythical Woods, we don't want to be leaving messes behind. Well, we are going through that digestate, so I may not have a whole bunch left to do my fields over. But we will in a couple months once we process the silage bales. Yeah, I could probably have enough digestate to take care of the fields we're harvesting. But not the soybean field. Just a couple of passes here, and this grass field's good to go. Yeah, we'll definitely have to look into probably buying a bale wrapper, kind of like what we got on Western Australia. An all-in-one. Maybe I'll use the Kubota. I haven't used that since, I think, East Vineland. And the bonus with that baler is actually has 2 capacities, so I don't really have to stop when I'm baling. So when it's unloading, it does have another area for capacity. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and top this tank off. And now we can put it in the shed. Don't really need a shed for these silage bales. The farmers where I am don't put them in sheds. They just leave them right outside. The only thing I know that most farmers do around here is they do use different color wrapper every time they go cut the grass. So they know what time of year that silage bale was made. They don't really have to date it because they can tell by the color. It's like, oh, those are the bales we made in May, and those are the ones we did in August, and those are the ones we did in September. Just by the color of the bale. Alright, put that butterfly mower there. I think the Valmet will stay down here, closer to the sawmill. And we need the weight on the back of this, so when I do the silage bales, they'll be able to pick them on up. A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Oh, does it face the other way? I knew that. Alright, spinning around. There we go. That weight looks like it's just too much for this tractor, honestly. But when I go pick up bales, it won't be a problem. Yeah, it's a little light in the front right now. There we go. There, this is looking a lot better, having stuff inside of a shed. Alright, let's grab our trailer. Oh yeah, I do need to smooth out this corner as well after putting down the BGA, but I have not done so yet. Pardon me, coming through. And careful of the JCB. Okay, that time I did actually clip it. And jump into here, turn that on, and we are good. Yeah, pH value we know is good. Fertilizer it will get when we either put down slurry and or when we replant, which we'll figure out later on. Yep, still unloading. But I think that's where we're going to wrap up for today. We are going to finish up these harvests at the beginning of the next episode, of course. And then we'll see what to do afterwards. Soybean, like I said, should be ready in September. Soybean won't be until, October. All right. Well, okay, so probably we'll be replanting in the wheat and canola fields that we have here. Just got to figure out what crop to put in. Well, wheat, barley, canola. Want to stay with those type and soybean. I suppose I can get myself the sunflower header. We can always do sunflowers, but I have to get myself a planter for that. Sorghum would be in the spring. Don't plan on doing cotton here or anything like that. So, ooh, do I want to do... I know I mentioned it before. Poplar, there's something else that does not seem like you make money on, but I haven't done poplar since... I think FS17 on Goldcrest Valley, even before I started making videos. So, you know, maybe we could try a little poplar in here as well. Who knows? I don't know. We'll do some crazy stuff. But anywho, yeah, this is where we're going to wrap it up for today. If you liked the video and you like what you saw, don't forget about hitting that like button. It helps out the channel and the video more than you know. Also lets me know that you enjoyed seeing the content you saw here today. And while you're down there, if you haven't done so, that subscribe and notification bell as well so you don't miss out on more content like this. But that is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in the Mythical Woods. But until then, have a good one.